and then a bartender gives him a cup of Coke with ice in it, and that's how it ends. So, and he also said, the bartender also goes, it's on the house.
That's interesting. I like that script writing. That's interesting. How like he's just then had the same treatment at the end as what he did to someone else.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right, we are back with another episode. People, we are back with the Netflix episode. Now, this is my episode. And I really wanted to speak to Jordan about this. I don't know if you want to do like a little quick catch up to how we are. I'm actually feeling a little bit better, people. I'm still quite rough, but I'm feeling a little bit better. These come out weekly. I just need to rest. That's the thing I'm not doing. I'm not resting enough. But I'm feeling a little bit better. How are you feeling?
Doing all right, yeah.
How's time gone by?
Doing all right, yeah. Progressing well. Business is going well. Slowly getting in some wedding clients coming in as well.
Yeah.
I mentioned beforehand on
Correct,
the side I do filmmaking stuff, and we got our actor as well. But no. What?
But I couldn't say it with my chest.
It throws you off.
It does.
It really does throw you off
really
when you
does.
class as an actor.
I don't know if I can say it with my chest. I don't know if I can say I act because like I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I am.
I deem it. Let us know if someone is classed as an actor if you pay to go and see them at a live performance.
Yeah, you did. However, now the best way to break it down. Yeah, say it again. The best way to break it down is, people, do you think an actor is someone who does it for a living, who's actually a professional, who actually acts, whether it's on the theatre or on the stage? Sorry, theatre or movies, like TV stuff.
Yeah.
Or is an actor someone who just does acting as a hobby? Like he or she does it as a hobby, as a side thing, but it's all amateur.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to know. Like, if you want to answer that question, what would you classify an actor?
But yeah, overall business is going right. It's going well. We are still progressing. We're still studying. We're still learning.
Yeah.
Looking into a bit of property investment as well.
Oh, cool, man.
A little bit,
Cool.
seeing what different terms are. I'm a complete rookie with property investment, so I'm just learning terms.
I think the best thing to do is get like an understanding of how the government works around it, because obviously,
facts.
I think that's the confusing part.
Basic 101.
And then like learning, obviously, how you get money from the bank and all that stuff. Because I think you can like get a house, and then at some point you can like take the house back and then give it back to the bank and get more money. It's something like that.
You can get mortgage reevaluation, and then whatever is reevaluated as, you can then take that money out from the bank and then reinvest into another property.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. If I would understand that, the rest of it is easy.
Yeah, but overall going all right, going well, just studying and trying to pace myself. I'm trying to get from a backlog of all my photography stuff.
Yeah,
I'm trying
bro.
to build up my Instagram portfolio.
You've been saying that for a minute.
I know.
I said it in the last episode, but you've been saying it for a minute.
Yeah. It's progressed, right, since we last. Well, hopefully, the day of this recording, we're hoping it's progressed well. But no, I'm hoping I've got 20 days ish to as of this recording, I got 20 days to try and work myself out, because on like 26 days from now, I've actually got an engagement shoot, and then the week after, I then got an actual wedding to film.
Yeah, as you were saying. Wild.
So yeah, I'm trying to use that time and utilize it correctly to get on top of my backlog. Ooh. So yeah, it's going all right. Everything going all right with you?
Yeah, bro. I'm chilled. I still kind of feel busy. I don't know why. I still feel like I'm out of time. But the biggest thing is I need my head screwed on with like content. That's where I need to be, because now I've got all the time in the world. I've taken a step back and work. I don't work as many hours as I used to. So I've reduced that to purely risk my life on making my dreams come true.
Yeah.
So it's putting the time into this. It's putting the time into my own YouTube channel. It's now taking the rest of 2024 and being like, yo, Kaireem, let's make it happen. Because I've never had this in my life. I've never had so much time where I could be like, I can actually do what I love. So I just need to make sure that happens. But this past 2 weeks that I've finished after my show, I still feel like I'm out of time a little bit.
Yeah.
I say past 2 weeks, past 4 or 5 weeks, I still feel like I'm out of time a little bit.
Yeah.
And I need to be like, stop messing around with that stupid stuff that I don't need. Let's get on the stuff that I do need to go on.
Yeah. I think at the moment, like, I think me and you are in the same ballpark. I think this is why the podcast is really well with me and you bouncing from each other, because we just link and connect so much with similar situations in life, like privately as well. But it's the case of like, from me and what you've just said, the whole idea of like running out of time, don't have enough time. I feel like I can't keep up with time. Like, where I'm so busy, I'm so focused in one thing. it's like, say, 4:00 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
as soon as I get back from work, I'm literally grinding to try and get this situation done. I look at a time, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
I got work
yeah.
at like 5:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I wish that I had more time within the week to do it. And just the weeks are just going.
Yeah.
Absolutely going. Like I've
Yeah.
literally just blinked, like 2 months have like flown by. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's just utilizing it as best as we can and trying to make sure like now we can actually put the work in and let's not get distracted. Because it's irritating.
Yeah. However,
We're gonna get. I love that word, isn't it?
it's your new phase. I need to get you a t-shirt with just however on it. That'd be great.
We are talking about a Netflix show today, so people, I really wanted to get Jordan into this because Netflix has got a new UK popping #1 at the time of when this is being recorded. When this video comes out, I'm not sure where it's going to be at the moment, but the #1 UK Netflix show at the moment called Baby Reindeer. So have you heard of it, or do you know anything about it first?
I know of it, but I don't really know much of it. I know a little bit of it. Sorry, I should have worded that a bit better. So I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. I've seen the trailer for it. It's very peculiar.
Yes, it is.
It's very peculiar.
So the premise of it, first thing first, actually, spoiler alert. If anyone has not seen the show, you probably don't want to watch this podcast. I don't know, that sounds really bad.
So what is it? So
I'm going to spoil a lot for you people. So spoiler alert.
This episode should ideally be coming out maybe start of June.
Okay, yeah, so by that time, if you haven't watched it, what are you doing? Get on with your life and start watching it.
So you should have watched it by now. But if you haven't, spoiler alert, and I'll put like a little time code of when you can like resume after the spoiler.
Yeah, don't like watch the podcast.
Just watch the podcast.
But spoiler alert, things are going to be said. So basically, it is the main lead actor in it is a comedian. Now, the thing I'm not 100% sure on, which I should have probably researched, if he's like 100% a comedian, like still to this day, because all this happened back in 2015 to 2017, or like the period of 2013 or 5, something. I don't know. He said like in the show? He said it was about 6 months. Bit weird. All right, so it was between, I'm going to say 2015 to 2017.
Right.
It had to be around there or a little bit further back from there.
So a good like 10 years ago. Basically.
Yeah. However, he did say in the show that she was harassing him for about 6 months. So I don't get the timelines. But when the judge, because the judge went up to the stalker in the end, basically saying like, you've been doing X, Y, and Z for so many years.
Right.
So then that's why I'm a bit confused now once I'm saying it.
It was like 3 years, wasn't it? 3-4 years?
I don't know.
I think an article I read about it was that it was continuous stalking for 3-4 years.
Fair. All right, that might make sense then. But the way he portrayed it, he did say 6 months, which is kind of confusing me now. Anyway, the main lead character is the actual person it happened to. He is actually about him and is based on a true story.
A guy called Richard Gade, I want to say.
Yeah. And the character is called Donnie in there. So he's the main lead and he's a comedian and it's a true story based upon him.
Yeah.
So it's about a stalker. It's about a girl stalking him. Now, the weirdest part is how it started is that he worked in a pub in London while he was trying to obviously reach out to get his, create his comedy kind of like career. But she walked into the pub. So this is the part he doesn't really understand why. And I watched an interview of someone asking him why, and he goes, I've answered that question, said that question so many times, and I have no idea why she actually came originally into that pub. But yeah, she came into the pub, sat down, and he actually, the way they played it in the TV show is exactly how it went down. She went like, she had her head down, she was upset. Obviously, she's gone to a pub, he's gone over, because he's working there. He's like, oh, what do you want to drink? She goes, nothing. Oh, are you sure you don't want anything? No, I don't want anything. And she had her head down the whole time. Eventually, he goes, oh, here's a cup of tea on the house. And then she looks up and then, bro, it was like a moth to a flame. It's just boom, or like a light bulb. She was infatuated.
It's like a trance.
Yeah, instantly.
Right, okay.
And then it stemmed from there, bro. She just kept on coming back to the pub, trying to engage with him, trying to talk to him all the time. She said that she was a lawyer. And she's basically said she was a lawyer. However, she always said she couldn't afford to pay for the drink. and she would always ask for the same drink, which is like a Diet Coke with ice or like a Coca-Cola with ice, but she would never drink it. She always spoke to him. It was very weird. But do you want me to kind of go into like details of it, or do you want me to kind of break down long story short?
Whatever kind of about this is your episode. At
Okay.
the end of the day. So, but yeah, it's almost like just from the idea of like her not wanting to drink a drink, it's like an excuse of like I'm going to stay here till like my drink's done, basically, and that could be as long as I wish.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. So basically, she's obviously not really well, like with it. But as that kept on happening, day after day after day at the pub, she was always there. Like sometimes she'll arrive before they even open. Like she was always there.
But he's been on the bus, like, and she's just been at the bus stop, hasn't she, or something?
That happens in the episode as well, which I'll get onto it.
Okay.
But basically, she's always constantly there, and the root problem of all of it is it comes something that stemmed from like 5 years ago that happened to him. But the main problem is he was like enabling it a little bit.
Right.
I mean, he was being kind, but too kind. Like he didn't have to be that kind, and he was allowing her to do certain things like constantly be around her, like proper engage with her. There was one moment, because he was trying to be an inspiring comedian, there was a moment when he was constantly trying to like perform, and obviously it went downhill. However, when he did one show, she came to it, and she obviously laughed. She went like I say laughed. He said something, the audience didn't laugh, but she laughed. And she kept on laughing and laughing to the point where when he would make a joke, the audience started to laugh. So she was like basically like giving this sort of aura and energy to make him obviously look or seem or look better. And at the end of the first episode, the problem he has, this is where he starts to enable it. This is where he starts to give into it a little bit. And this is his fault. I'm a massive believer. Listen, he went through a lot. And I'm so sorry for what he went through. And it's traumatic for what he did go through, which I'll go into. However, but I gotta stop saying that, bro. Oh, look what you done to me now. It's there now.
On the flip side,
he enabled it a lot.
okay.
And I think it's a 50-50. I think you can't be too sorry for him. People are like, oh my God, he got stalked and this also happened. I feel so sorry for him. I'm like, but you really let it happen. There was moments he had control and he could have obviously stopped it. But he let it go on.
Would you say he was too sympathetic?
Yeah, to her.
Yeah.
Massively.
Massively sympathetic. And then obviously she's then getting all this like, I don't know if pleasure's the right word, but all this like good vibes from him. It's like, oh, well, he clearly wants me to stick around.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That was his problem.
What an idiot.
Yeah, innit. So he was just being too kind.
Right.
It got to a point where she thought they were in a relationship. She actually believed they were in a relationship.
What?
Yeah. She was just like, you're my boyfriend and all this stuff.
No consultation or anything, just like,
Nah, bro.
we got Facebook status.
This is the problem. End of the episode, like how you said Facebook. End of the episode, she found him on Facebook, of the first episode. She found him on Facebook and added him on Facebook. Guess what he did?
Accepted it.
Yeah. Yeah. In the first episode, he looked at his comedy gear, looked at the screen, and I think my assumption is, in that first episode, she made the audience laugh at his jokes.
Yeah, but they're not friends. Like, she's a customer.
Yeah, but I saw it as he looked at his comedy gear, looked at the screen on his laptop, went, this could work for me in the long term. So he accepted a friend request. And that was the worst thing he could have done.
Do you reckon he was just tagging her along to be like his perk to get like the audience engaged, being like, actually, that is funny? Almost like like forcing the career to go up because that one person who's then consistent and loves it.
I think that was like probably the top part of what it could have been.
Right.
But once you get further down and deeper into what the episodes are, you start to realize it's like he likes it. So the reason why I'm saying that is where it all stems from is 5 years ago from when that happened, I believe. So God knows when let's say 2015 it happened.
Right.
It happened in 2010, this issue. He was, which I'm not going to say the word. He was raped. But how it happened was he came into the UK, sorry. He went to London to go obviously pursue his comedy career. To be like, I want to obviously push it. He was trying to do his little gig thing in like a random pub while he was in there, this wasn't really doing great, bro. He's doing terrible. The pub was quite like small anyway. He was doing terrible. During that point, the pub owner basically goes, "Oh, someone dropped a card. There's like a VIP like actors invite thing. You should go to it. A lot of actors obviously go there. You might be able to get something." So he goes over there, bumps into a particular guy. I think he's an actor / writer at the time, the guy he bumps into. Long story short, they get into a conversation. Then he's like, "You know what? I'll come over and see your show." He comes over to see his show in the pub. The character wasn't expecting. And then he basically the actor / writer started to help him. He like made this whole like pub little gig thing into a big situation. He got so many people there. He was like, "You need to stop doing this. You need to start doing that." Proper like helping him out. And he built his confidence. And obviously, because he was an actor / writer, the main character was like, "This is my ticket to obviously get what I need to get to in it." So he was obviously following his advice like a teacher. So everything was just working out
like his
for him.
mentor.
Everything's working out for him. Then the actor writer leaves because obviously he's going to go back home. But then the main character was a bit upset by that. Who's like, "Damn it, I haven't heard of him. Haven't been in communication with him for a while."
Right.
Then the character goes to drama school as time goes by because he's like, "I haven't heard anything from this person." As he goes to drama school, the actor and writer contacts him. And he's like, "Oh my God, bro." He's like obviously infatuated by that situation. Then he tries to get involved and obviously basically rekindle what they had previously. Now, I can't tell you the time scale, unfortunately, of when he stopped talking to him. But anyway, they wanted to rekindle stuff. As they obviously go and rekindle what they wanted to do, he eventually goes over to the actors and writers' house place. And this is where it went all hell. This is where like it went downhill. While they were trying to obviously speak to each other and be like, "Hey, we can do this and we can do that." He was obviously trying to get the character to write some stuff because he wanted to help him writing. So the character came to him with like a book being like, "Oh, this is all the stuff I've written. And obviously this is a play that I think would be really well." The actor writer was like, "All right, whatever." Talking to him, he's like, "This part looks good, this part looks bad." But then he was just kind of like, "Is what it is. Do you want to get high?" And the guy's like, "Okay." The character's like, "Okay, well, I'll get high then." Because the character's head was, "This is the person who can change my life.
Right.
This is the person I can obviously eventually, who can take me where I need to take to."
Yeah.
And then that's what them two basically did. They always just constantly got high together. And the actor / writer was constantly doing that with him. However, I've got to stop saying that. He didn't force him to stay. The best way to kind of manipulate someone is to like slowly like please them. You get what I'm saying? Like not to forcefully be like, "You have to stay here." To be like, "Listen, it's your choice. It's up to you. But if you stay, like we can have some fun in it." So
it's almost like that person has become an individual in their life where whatever they do is obviously the case of like the main person doesn't know any different. So then that must be the right way to go about it.
Yeah. So they basically have constantly got high, doing this all sorts of drugs. Started from like stand-up like cocaine to eventually doing like heroin, meth.
Where's the woman in all this?
Oh, this is what I'm saying. This is where it all stems from.
Okay.
So the woman in all of this is the reason why he's acting the way he act. The reason why he enabled a lot of the stuff
because he gained kindness, he then gives kindness, basically.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I completely forgot having that.
So the woman happened 5 years after of him getting raped.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. What I'm explaining to you is the thing that happened 5 years prior before he met the woman.
Right. Okay.
That's what I'm explaining.
Yeah. I've got that. Yeah.
So, my bad.
No. Apologies for not getting that.
No, that's fine. So, as they like getting high, as I said, he started from like cocaine to now doing like meth and like ketamine,
the high end stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And they like I don't know what it stands for, like GBH. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it gets to a point where the character eventually like throws up, and then he's just like on the floor.
Right.
He's not like paralytic, but he's just on. No, he's got conscience. He can't really move, but he's just thrown up in it. And then the actor / writer goes over to help him. He's like, "It's all right." And then he sexually assaults him.
Right. Okay.
During that, he put his little finger up his like,
Yeah.
Which then the character was like, "I can't believe what just happened," and start crying.
Right.
And then I think from that point onwards, it cut. I think the TV series just cut it into the next scene. I don't think he actually physically shows him leave.
That was like the peak of like that past experience.
Yeah.
Right.
No. It gets worse than that. But we just start with that past experience.
Fucking hell.
It gets worse than that.
Right.
Now, this is why I'm talking about this way, and he enables it. From that point onwards, when that happened to him, he went back. He kept on going back. They kept on getting high because obviously at the end of it, he was trying to get what he always wanted, his career to be like something. He kept on going back. They kept on going high, kept on sexually assaulting him, kept on getting high, kept on sexually. They got to a point, bro, he was like, I was passed out. I wake up, his hands are like down my pants, his mouth like probably on my nipple somewhere. And he will always, whenever he wakes up and goes to the toilet, he'll be like, I can obviously, like, eventually I find his saliva on my genitals. In it, bro. But he kept on going back.
What's this Netflix show called? Baby Reindeer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Kept on going back, bro. And this is why I'm like, bro, stop going back. Like, that guy's done so much to you, and you're choosing, I'll rather see if I can get closer to fame just to be with him. Like, not be with him, but like, just for him to do that to you.
That's like such low standards as
Isn't
well.
it?
Really low standards.
I'm like, bro, like, he was like our age, like probably like mid 25, 20. He's 34 today. So this year he's 34.
Right.
If it was 2015, 17, he might have been around our age, between 25 to 30. He might have been around that sort of area.
Yeah, I'd say, spot right.
So, like, I would have thought he would have had like more of a dignity with being that age. But he didn't. And he kept on going back and kept on going back. And then eventually it got worse and worse. And then, the guy basically got to a point where he was so high, he was like basically paralytic, couldn't move, dead like that. Man just raped him. Just done a madness on him. Then, bro, when you see the clip, it's disgusting.
So what? Just side note, why is it called Baby Reindeer then?
Which I'll explain to you.
We're getting there. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I did say, do you want long story short or full story short?
No.
You're like, nah, but do you think?
No, it's interesting. I'm just making sure that we cover everything.
Yeah. So during that period, during the whole 5 years until he meets this girl, which is the stalker, he goes through a mental path. He goes through somewhere where he basically, how I see it, he's trying to rekindle what he had.
Right.
So when that guy did that to him, after he did that, bro, he said he went back 3 days after. So he went back again for 3 dads.
Why?
I have no idea. The TV series said the TV series had him narrate. How do you pronounce it?
Narrate.
Yeah, that's it. The TV series had him narrating it. So he just said, all he said was, on Monday I did this, on Tuesday I did this, on Wednesday I stopped seeing him. That was the last time I saw him. And then you just see him walking in the street, basically. So that's what the TV series shows.
Right.
So I don't know why he went back another 3 more days. He eventually left him. But during that period until he met that girl, he was going through a lot of turmoil. He was going through things basically is this the right, what happened to me? Do I kind of want that again? Do I want that kind of satisfaction again? Was that something was it meant to happen or not meant to happen? He was proper in 2 places. He started obviously start masturbating to gay corn.
I was going to say would it be the case of him then starting to question his sexuality?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So he started masturbating to gay corn. Then he started then he started having sex with different type of genders, not genders, same genders and opposite genders. Then he went to different gay parties and stuff like that. He was just basically in a ball,
like an experimental ball.
Yeah. But the way he described it, it was a negative thing. He kind of explained it it was it destroyed him, it broke him, and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, it seemed like you wanted that.
He's gonna have his way to do it.
Yeah, it seemed to me yo, it seemed like you want that same thing again. You want to come back to that. Yeah. So when that girl eventually came in, now we're obviously fast forward to when he meets that stalker.
Right.
What he basically says is that when she came in, and then when he was given that attention, because of his past experience of having that, he thought that actor really liked him to the point where his career can go somewhere. He actually thought the actor was gonna pursue him, and then he mishandled him. I think he liked the concept of someone actually liking him for him, and not liking him
I get that.
for like like a fake thing. He was attracted to the fact that there was actually a girl who was there, who was interested in who he was, and not like the acting he was doing.
Yeah.
So even though he knew she was crazy, he kept her around. And whenever people said, "What's the problem?" He's like, "It's not that deep. Like, yeah, she's always here, but it's not a problem. Like, why haven't you told the police? It's not an issue."
It's like a mind fucking it.
Yeah.
What's the category of the show? Like, what is it deemed as?
I don't know.
Like a thriller mystery, I guess.
I don't know, actually. I've never looked into that. I might have a little look into it. But yeah, episodes go by, bro. She's stalking him, bro. It's crazy. She's emailing him, bro. She's Facebooking him, all this stuff. He eventually meets a trans girl, the character. Eventually starts going out with trans girls and like basically tries to run away from the situation because he creates a whole new identity. He tries to obviously go and dating just so obviously he can like feel like he's a different person. And then he eventually gets with this trans girl. Then the trans girl basically says, long story short, she's like, basically, you like this. You like her being here. Like, you're into this like psychotic thing where she's like crazy. And you like the fact that there's some crazy girl chasing you. And you always want that attention. You love the attention.
There are people like that.
Yeah.
Like, honest about that. I can't get around that, personally.
He was denying it, bro. He was like, nah, she's crazy.
But then it's the manipulation side of things. Like it's almost like you train your brain to accept what reality is, and whether you just get on with it or not is the case of, right, okay, this happened, that's happened. Do I just stick with that? And then over time, because you get so used to it, you're just like, okay, that's the norm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it gets to a point so bad. It's now 6 months in, and what is it? This girl, bro, she's bombarding him every single place. She eventually finds out where he lives. Hence why he said the bus stop thing. She eventually finds out where he lives. He lives with his ex-girlfriend's mum's like house.
It's a bit of a weird.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's weird. Then yeah, she eventually comes into like this. His ex-girlfriend's mum is doing like, you know how like people have like an after book like class kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
like a book club.
Yeah. She has this like food thing basically. She's like getting people like to drink wine and like make some food.
Like, come down with me.
Something like that. she gets into that, bro. And then what is it? He's kind of like, what the hell are you doing here? And she's like, what you mean? Like, obviously, I'm just trying to obviously make the most of it, like get to know you a bit more. And he's like, you need to basically leave. She's like, nah. He's like, bro, I'll call the police. She's like, fine. And she leaves and she goes. And then forever, she's at that bus stop. She's always at the bus stop waiting for him like every single day, bro. It's crazy. But I forgot to say a part of it. During the whole 6 months, it gets to a point, bro, where, I'm trying to figure out. Well, she was at the bus stop. Yeah, she's basically always there. That's it. He, during that 6 month period, I'm trying to figure out what I was trying to say next. During that 6 month period, there's a point I forgot to say. When he accepted her on Facebook, he researched who she was.
Right.
She typed in her name, and she's like, her name was popped up everywhere. Apparently, she's like a fake lawyer, and she basically like harasses people, and she went to jail like previously.
So she's got like a reputation on socials.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And bro, that was the episode after of him accepting her on Facebook. So that's episode 2. He finds out, and during the rest of the 6 months, bro, he still plays it. He still gets her to come, and obviously, basically, he enables the whole thing, bro. He's still letting her stalk her, knowing that he knows that she's a stalker now. And he's like, what the hell have I accepted myself into? He still lets it all happen. All because I think of that situation when he got raped. He wanted something, bro.
So what do you think the main message and the main purposes of this series? Like, what do you think is the main thing that the directors are trying to establish with this?
So he actually states that it comes down to you. When you watch the very last episode, he actually says how the episode ends. It's up to you whether you feel like he becomes the stalker or he doesn't become the stalker. Now, the reason why is because during the whole thing, long story short as well, he smashes her, so he fucks the stalker, bro. This is what I'm saying, man. This is his fault. if he's smashing a stalker, it's his fault, nah? Bro. Anyway, once we get to the end of the episode, bro, I'll fast forward it because there's little parts obviously I can go into, but when we get to the end of the episode, the worst part of all of it, you know the guy that raped him?
Right, yeah.
He goes back to him, bro. Yeah, innit? The very last episode, he goes back to him, and the guy goes, oh, do you want to work on something together? And he goes, yeah, I'll work on it. He goes, it won't be like last time. He goes, yeah. She eventually gets obviously caught. Obviously, not caught, but like it gets to a point where she finds his phone number. So the stalker finds the main character's phone number, leaves so many 50 voicemails a day. Yeah.
I saw like on the trailer, there's like 42,000 emails or something.
Yeah. Bro, she emailed him every single day. But just before she went to jail, she said something quite threatening to him, and he was lucky enough to use that against in court.
Right.
To be like, oh, now you're gonna go to jail. However, when she went to jail, bro, he was still obsessed with her. He had like a time scale all on his wall, trying to figure out why she's the way she is.
Do you think he gained like a mental disorder?
Probably.
I don't know what you'd deem it as, but
Probably. I feel like he just like he liked it as much as she liked it. That's what I personally think. Why it's called Baby Reindeer? I'll answer your question at the end just in a minute. But you said something. Why it's called Baby Reindeer? The lady, the stalker, had a baby. Not baby, sorry. Had a soft like toy animal.
like a plush toy.
Yeah, and it was a reindeer, and she called it Baby Reindeer. And she goes, I always held it, but my parents used to fight all the time. And she left a voice note saying it to him. So she called him, left a voicemail saying, I'll call you my baby reindeer because the fact that you remind me of exactly that toy that I have, and I still have it till today. It reminds me of like your eyes are the same, the way it looks is the same. And I used to hold it really tight when my parents used to argue when I was a kid. And like they all argued a lot. So I see that as he is her getaway kind of thing. Like she sees him as his his secret space to escape kind of thing.
Like her comfort zone.
Yeah, but she kind of took it too far.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Do you know she only went to jail for 9 months and got a 5-year restraining order because of everything she done, which to me is not long enough, bro.
No,
not long enough. But
what does that restraining order consist of, though? That's the thing.
I don't know. All he said was she went to jail for 9 months. Then she got a restraining order from him.
It'd be like just keep her distance from him.
Yeah,
mad.
But to answer your question, what does it all mean? As I said, bro, the guy basically states that like it comes down to you. At the very end of the episode, he's in a pub, crying, listening to her voice notes, like basically like in like his hysteric kind of like state, and then a bartender gives him a cup of Coke with ice in it, and that's how it ends. So, and he also said, the bartender also goes, it's on the house. So the question is, does he become the stalker or doesn't he not become the stalker? It comes down to you. Obviously, the person today is not a stalker.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that script writing. That's interesting. How like he's just then had the same treatment at the end as what he did to someone else.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because
I quite like that.
How he walks into the pub is very similar to her. Like head down, crying, upset, and a guy at the bar, I'll have this on the house.
So then is the case of is there then a season 2?
I don't know. I think it should be on its own because it's based on a true story.
So standalone, yeah.
Yeah, this actually
Can
happened.
expand it.
Yeah. If you bring it up, how do I word it? If you extend it,
yeah,
then to me it doesn't become a true story. It's just the TV series.
Yeah, I got it.
Now to fold in something else. But the weirdest part was while I was talking about this like the other day, I was on TikTok this morning and I saw a clip saying that the actual stalker came out. Like the people on the internet found the real stalker that actually stalked this man. And I can't remember her surname, but her surname's called like, her first name's called Fiona something. I can't remember her surname. And she's like ranting on Facebook, basically saying like he was into me first and all this stuff. And apparently she's like still like posting messages. It's crazy. However, the internet found her. Basically what he done, the lead person, was he made the stalker actor a completely different name and he changed the backstory a little bit.
Right.
To make sure that people couldn't find the real one. But yeah, everyone found the real one.
Internet's mad. Internet's a strong world.
People were able to find when she actually stalked him around 2015 to 2017. People found like the posts and all that stuff. It's crazy, bro. Yeah.
Jeez.
Internet's crazy, bro.
Wow, there you go.
What's your thoughts, bro?
That's crazy. Now, my thought, I don't really know how to kind of feed off from that. That's really you've done a really good synopsis. Obviously, there are spoilers in that.
Yeah. I don't think I haven't said every single little bit.
No, but it gives a good insight to like what to expect.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like, well, if you have watched it, let us know if Kaireem has nailed on the dot with the synopsis without giving too many spoilers. But no, I think that's I think it's interesting that you've got an individual who, like you say, is either the stalker or not, or not. But then it's a case of like you're then oddly reciprocating it to happen more.
Yeah.
I don't really get the whole baby reindeer thing because, like you say, like with the toy, it's the comfort. But then she used to have it when she was a child. I'm guessing when the parents argued. But then why does then he then become the baby reindeer? Because then no one's then like, what's the controversy of why she needs to cling on to him? If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's had a main purpose to hang on to something while something has happened.
Yeah, yeah.
So then why is then he become that new subject, even though there's nothing going on for that connection to trigger?
I get what you're saying.
It's weird.
I don't know, but I get what you're saying.
But yeah, on Google it's just classed as a drama.
Is it? Is that what you were searching?
Yeah. It's just a drama. But I would say the subcategories would be like thriller mystery, I guess, because it's trying to depict, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, that's interesting. That's quite a
wow, though.
That's a I don't know how original is that though.
This I don't, because he said he changed the stalker's character like background, and he's changed like she might not be a lawyer, bro. I don't know, but because he's changed the narrative of what things were with her, I don't know how accurate the story is. Like the way they showed in the TV show, the way they showed him sleep with the stalker, I don't know if it actually happened or not. I don't know if it actually was a real thing. It just came across like he was so obsessed with it. And when there was a period where she actually stopped stalking him. Like the police got involved and police said, you got to stop. And she actually stopped stalking him. And he was like, he missed it like, a little bit. And then,
I don't get like psychological like thriller mystery. Like I just can't. Well, the whole point of it is that people are trying to work out. I just can't. It frustrates me too much.
Yeah. But I was annoyed. I was screaming at the TV. I was like, it's your fault. You keep, but it's you. You're the problem. And and everyone.
I can imagine you doing that.
But I was screaming at the TV. You're the problem. It's you. And he was constantly like, he wasn't constantly. No, he was actually. He was like, she's stalking me. She's crazy.
Yeah, but you're the one that's originally causing it to be a thing.
Trust.
Nah, it's long.
She was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was, yeah.
Would you say she was a psychopath or just someone who just didn't have a very good, stable mentality?
No. She's a psychopath, bro.
Proper psycho.
So, I said he went out with a trans?
Yes.
Yeah. When basically for him to kind of stop everything, he thought, because she thinks they're in a relationship, I would go up to her and say, we're broken up. We're not in a relationship anymore. Right. I've broken up with you. He thought that would work. Right. But obviously that didn't work. She obviously came back a bit more aggressive.
So kind of the idea of actually going into a relationship as such.
Yeah.
Change it. Right.
Yeah. So
why a trans?
This is the thing, bro. This whole like sexuality stuff he was going through, bro. Like I don't know.
Oh, right. So you kind of got like the best of both worlds in the sense one person.
This is the question. I don't know what made him. I don't know whether him getting raped made him open up a world of, I want to obviously explore different things.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
Because obviously the idea of him going through that situation with a male, but then obviously being in a relationship, wanting to seem straight, so then he would then be with it makes sense. Yeah.
So when he was on a date with the trans, she came into the pub screaming and like, who's this like skank, blah, 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 and all this like having a go. And then eventually she like hits her and like scratches her face and stuff like that.
Right.
And like she's on the floor like whimpering while he's like stood there like, what the hell's going on? Everyone obviously security get her out. But yeah, she's like violent as well, like because obviously someone else is with him. Right, she's like, who's this skank?
Proper controlling, manipulative.
Yeah. So like she's crazy. No. She's lunatic, bro. She's gone.
Another level.
But my view of it, man, he really like played a massive part in it. That's from the TV show. And the thing, how you said, how accurate is it? If it is accurate to the way he's described this story, then bro, I put a lot of blame on him.
Yeah. But yeah, well, there you go.
Watch it, bro. If you can watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch it now that you've said it, and be like, oh yeah, I remember when you said this. And,
episodes are not too long, bro. Some of them are like half an hour, some are like 45 minutes. They're not too long. You can get it done in like a day.
A day?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, depending on how the edits go for these podcasts. But yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to give it a watch, see what my verdict is, and I'll probably be sending you a recording and me being like, yep, it's all his fault, little shit, dickhead, mate.
People. I guess that's really it. That's our episode of the Baby Reindeer. Hopefully, I've described it to the best that I have described it to be, and I hope I haven't missed out too much. To be honest, I did skip quite a bit, but hopefully I haven't missed out too much. Let us know your thoughts down below. Anything I missed out, let us know your thoughts on what your views are on the show. Whether you think it's his fault, whether you think it's the stalker's fault, whether you think I'm right, whether you think I'm wrong. End of the day, it's just opinions. It's to have a conversation. It's not to have an argument, but I'd love to know your aspects of it and your viewpoints from what I've said, or do you view it very differently to how I see it? So I would love to know thoughts and stuff like that. We would love to know thoughts and stuff like that. So do comment below.
100%.
Do subscribe, people. This is on YouTube. It's coming to Spotify, Apple Music. Is it Apple Music or Apple-based platform audio-wise?
Google Podcasts or something.
Yeah, in due time. It's coming soon.
At some point, we will work on it. But at the moment, it's currently on YouTube. So if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. Because 65% of you are not subscribed. So if you could subscribe, press the subscribe button, hit the alert button.
Hit it. Let's go.
I think this is definitely going to be a thing now. It's like Dude Perfect, isn't it? Hit the alert button to get notified whenever a new upload is available.
Yeah.
And also, as of this recording, we do actually have some shorts available now. So if you haven't missed any episodes, check out some of the highlights. And if you actually enjoy them, if you actually look at the bottom text, it will tell you what episode it's from.
Nice. Outstanding, bro. No, well done, bro.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
People, exactly what Jordan said. Hope you liked this episode. But we will come back with another episode and keep up with it. I don't think there's anything else to really say.
And we forgot one thing, which is our quote of the day.
Yes. Do you know what? This is my whole thing. I was like, he's
like, we got Sunday as well.
Yeah. I was like, bro, let's get a quote of the day. Come on, man.
So quote of the day, we'll round it off quite nicely.
Yeah.
So when the people around you start to say you've changed, remember it's because you don't know how to say you've grown.
Oh, that's nice, bro.
Nice chilled one.
I like that. People need to realize that, man.
Yeah.
People, do you know what?
So if you haven't seen anyone in a while and you start acting a certain way and you know that you're progressing well, you're succeeding well, and the way you act or your body language or the way you're talking or whatever, and they say, bro, you changed, or like, I feel like you've changed, it's just basically you don't know how to say to them that you've grown compared to them. Do you know what I think, actually? Well, I agree on that. I 100% think what you said is true. Also, they're haters. They're 100% haters. Oh, yeah. They're not real people, and my view, they're not real friends. They're not people that really want to see you win. People that don't want to see you win, because that's what they are. They're people that don't want to see you win. They say that your haters are actually your biggest fans. Because they got all the energy and time to hate on you. Because they're stalking your success. Yeah. So, it's good to have haters because you have more determination to prove them wrong. No, but I honestly believe that, those are haters. Those are haters. Because if you're real friends, you're real people really cared, they will want to see you win. Yeah. To round it up, I would say that I've been progressing with a lot of things, and I see a lot of people on TikTok, and my algorithm of TikTok is like the case of if you got your friends around you that they're saying, nah, mate, you ain't going to make it, and you're not going to progress well, or like, nah, that ain't never going to work. I don't actually have anyone around me that is saying that. Luckily, I've got a lot of people that are saying, mate, hope it goes well, progress with it. They're not like, oh, how's it going? I got one mate. He's like, oh, what's going on? And we're trying to stay on the same page. I'm like, all right, I'll let you know. But no, I've got a good circle around me. So get the people around you to stay positive around you. And if someone is saying you have changed and they think that you're doing the wrong thing, you just don't know how to say that you have grown. Thanks. 100%. But that's me and Kaireem out. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. And catch you later. Peace.